Hello everybody. We're here today to tell you about the final story of Connie the Singing Barmaid. It's the last hurrah for Connie and her merry band. This story will be told as if we were broadcasting on old-time radio, with sing-along songs and old-time radio ads. This story is fiction, but if you pretend, it could be real, at least in your mind. So sit back, relax, pretend that you're sitting in your living room listening to our radio station. Turn up your hearing aids and turn off your telephones as we tell of the final days of Connie.
The Radio Club of WTMK is on the air. Welcome, radio audience, to this old-time radio play. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the radio listening audience. Back in the old days, when radio was king, we would have evenings when radio reception wasn't so great. It was usually because of weather. A thunderstorm could last for an hour, and a radio play would come and go, and all we'd hear was static and noise. We had no way of recording the show, and we would just have to wait until the next week. Well, last week we had such a day. It wasn't static, it was acoustics. Whatever the reason, we could not hear the show. And because we couldn't hear it, we decided to do the whole thing over. Now that's service. We won't repeat some of the opening information. So, here we go. Connie returns, and hopefully she's wearing a hearing aid.
During this radio play, I will have your announcer occasionally break in to describe the action that is taking place. That way you can hear and see in your mind's eye the action as it takes place on the electric radio. Again, we apologize for the sound system. I've been told that we will have free drinks this afternoon as well. And it's during the first show. That's not true. It'll be after the second show. So if you'll hang around or come back at about 3:30, you'll have a glass of wine and you'll be able to have a little drink and then head out to dinner. Thank you. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. Dick.
Okay, I'm back. I'm not sure who from the original cast will show up, but show up they will, and hopefully in full voice with proper diction and elocution. We open our show in the sing-along bar where Alice is still working and is getting ready for the evening opening. Alice is talking to Heloise, the reigning head bartender, and the sing-along bar. Let's listen in as Alice says,
Heloise, do you know Connie? She's coming back tonight and I'm really excited about that.
I've heard of her, Alice. Wasn't she the one who got shot in the bar some time ago?
The very one.
This joke didn't work last time, so let's try it again.
She was shot in the shoulder, not in the bar, okay? We'll use it in our next play, maybe. I understand that she made a big splash in Hollywood. That was 50 years from now, so it doesn't count. It was because of her they started to award the Purple Martini Medal to barmaids.
That must have been exciting.
I'm glad that Connie's back from wherever she's been. I've had a difficult time in Connie's absence. I used to steal her leftovers, but now I'm on my own. Maybe if I get me an agent, who knows?
Connie's back. Hello, Alice. Did you miss me?
Welcome back, Connie. Have you recovered from your gunshot wounds? And yes, I really missed you.
Alice, I had a crazy dream or something. I dreamed that long ago I was a movie star in California. I remember the names Cecil DeMille and Sedgwick von something or other. Well, he looked an awful lot like a guy named Dick that used to date me before I got shot. Well, that was another joke that didn't work. He told me that he was a big shot in some retired people's place. Oh, by the way, I did pretty well in California. I got married. I'll tell you about it later, and I'm glad you asked. I got shot a couple of more times. Well, but Cecil was a lousy shot, and, well, Sedgwick? Let's just say that he's resting peacefully in Hollywood.
That's great, Connie. I think I'd love to meet him. Did you bring him along, or have you got him tucked away in some place?
Oh, he'll be here later. He wouldn't miss a miniskirt if he could help it. Oh, hello, Agnes. Are you still slinging drinks? Or do you own the place?
Well, hello, Connie. Oh, sort of both. I married Willard. I'm glad you got married. I thought you might try and steal him. Who knew that he had a small fortune in antique police whistles? We've improved the wine selections. They're a little more expensive now. I've kept the sing-along part of the bar. And, hey, are you interested in singing or working the bar, or both?
Well, I'm in if you want me. I even had some voice lessons in Hollywood. Maybe we can shake things up. Hey, when do you want me to start?
Tonight, if you're ready. Heloise, the bartender, will let you know when. But no more shooting. I can't afford the medical insurance. I'm still paying for Willard's PTSD therapy. Now, we start our songs early in the evening while everyone's able to stand. At the ends of the evening, we're pretty much sitting down.
Oh, I'll do my best. But you know, some women attract rich men. I seem to attract guys with guns. That is, I seem to attach to men with guns. This is a pretty tough crowd.
Well, we've added some more help. I was going to lay some of them off for this rerun, but they've got contracts. That's the price of success. Now we have 2 bartenders and 2 more barmaids. Helen was recently shot. You'll be replacing her in the back room. She'll be working the bar until she fully heals. Heloise is the bartender, the head bartender, and she'll help you start the singing.
Okay, let me know what and when you want me to do the sing-along thing. Oh, this should be fun. Morton, that's my husband, will be impressed. He likes to watch me flirt with the customers.
Oh. Okay, we'll start in a little while. I have some detectives from the detective club coming to help us keep the peace and stop the shooting. We've also had a couple of holdups in the past 2 months.
I'm Heloise. It's good to meet you, Connie. I've heard a lot about you.
Well, good to meet you, Heloise. I understand you have a good barroom voice. We'll make good music.
Hello, Helen. Are you up for working the bar? I want you all to meet our new barmaid, Connie. She'll be leading the singing tonight, and she'll also be working the back bar. Helen, with your gunshot wound, you're in good company with Connie. She's got 3 Purple Martini Heart medals.
Glad to meet you, Connie. I'm Helen. I'm impressed with your medals. Are you going to wear them to the bartender's ball? I hope I won't get any more.
Well, it's great to meet all you guys. I can't wait for you to meet my new husband. And Helen, we'll talk about how to wear your medals. And, well, maybe I can help you find a husband.
With everyone now introduced, it's time for our first old-time radio ad and our first song.
See the USA in your Chevrolet. America is asking you to call. Drive your Chevrolet through the USA. America's the greatest land of all. On a highway or a road along a levee, performance is sweeter, nothing can beat her. Look sharp, feel sharp, be sharp and listen, mister. How are you fixing for play? Do you have plenty? How are you fixing for play? You're better, Jack. Please make sure you have enough, 'cause a worn out plate makes shaving mighty tough. How are you fixing for play? You're better off. Yeah, that's the thing we need.
And tonight, be sure and listen in to this old-time radio play. Don't forget to listen in to this spooky shadow. Our song is also a good oldie from when we first started the sing-along bar. It's By the Light of the Silvery Moon. That's an old Gordon MacRae and Doris Day movie from back in the 50s. The words are printed on the back of your playbills. All right, everybody, let's sing out By the Light of the Silvery Moon. By the light of the silvery moon, I want to swoon. With my honey I'll spoon love's tune. Honey moon, keep her shining in June. Your silvery beams will bring bloodstreams, will be cuddling soon. By the silvery moon.
That was great, everybody. No one would guess that it was 50 years ago the last time you sang it.
Hi, I'm Tom from the Detective Club. This is Laura. She's my chief investigator and my wife, and my chief critic.
Hello, Tom. I'm the bartender, Heloise. I'll introduce you to Agnes, the owner. It's a good thing this is a radio play.
Why is that?
Your fly is unzipped.
Whoops.
I'm Rachel. I used to work here, but someone stole my role. I'm looking for Clyde the bartender. Have you seen him?
Not now, Rachel. You were in the last play.
Hello, Tom. I'm Agnes, the owner. I think I've met you before. We need some first-class detective help here.
The Detective Club is at your service. We solve cases like missing dancing poles, stolen cars, strange things buried in rose gardens. I'm sure we can help you. Tell me your crimes.
Thanks, Tom. Well, hello, Laura. I've heard about the Detective Club. I think I saw you in a play 50 years from now.
That's me, Agnes. I really do get around. I was happy at Woodland Terrace, but my arthritis started to bother me, and I had to come back to now.
Well, for a while, we had things disappearing. Now, we seem to have things appearing. Sheep, alligators, and a sloth. We need to get that stopped before we end up with a menagerie? Worse yet, who's gonna clean up after him?
Well, Tom and I have cleaned up a lot in our day. I'm sure we can help you. Did I tell you about the time I cleaned up the nude banana eater in Food Lion?
I'm sure that Laura will get to the bottom of this. She solved many a case, including Betty's beautiful botanical case. We got paid double for that one.
Good people of Woodland Terrace, it's not time yet for a song or a commercial, but this is an editor's note from your radio host. Another scientific gem. Do you know the world's largest herb? It's the banana. Now, aren't you glad you came? Now back to our radio show.
Heloise and Sam will give you the rest of the details. I've got to get back to my girls. I'm packing heat now, you know. I can't afford more of my girls to get injured.
Thanks for the information, Agnes. Me too. I need to question Helen and Connie. I think I've met her before.
Hello, Tom. I'm Morton, Connie's husband. Do you work here?
I don't think I have the stamina for this place. Solving the crimes at Woodland Terrace pretty well wore me out. I'm now down to misdemeanors and traffic citations.
I'm here to meet Connie. We've only been married for a little while. We got married in California, just after she got shot. I'm on a secret mission. I'll tell you later.
Well, hello, darling. I've got my old job back at the sing-along bar. I'll be singing in a few minutes. Do you want to meet the other barmaids? Hey, I know you enjoy chatting with scantily clad, pretty girls.
Lead me to them, honey. I've never refused a chance to prize quality clothing, especially when pretty girls are wearing them.
Hello, Alice. I'd like you to meet my husband, who followed me from California, I think.
Hello, Morton. I'm Alice. It's nice to have someone around who's not wearing a skirt and chasing a husband.
Hello. It's a custom here that we hug everyone the first time we see them. So if you'll just snuggle up a little bit, sweet Morton, we'll consummate this meeting. Ah, that was good. Thanks, Morton.
It's a real pleasure, ladies. I hope you spend a lot of time viewing the bar scene, and of course, your stylish clothes.
Morton, you don't have a southern accent. Are you from California?
I'm originally from North Dakota, but I've been the special assistant to Sedgwick Von Overblown for the past 3 years.
Tom, I need to talk to you alone.
What's up, Helen? You look a little nervous.
I wanted to, actually, I'm whispering, but I'm talking loud so you can hear. Tom, I'm an undercover cop. I hugged Morton just to check him out. Tom, he's packing a gun, I'm sure. Someone may be in danger, and it could be Connie.
Thanks for the warning, Helen. I've got my own gun, and I'll stay as close to Morton as I can. Heloise also has a gun, and I believe that Agnes has one too. So we've got him surrounded. I'll tell Agnes.
Things are heating up. But before we get into any major gun battles, let's lighten the mood and have another song from Gordon MacRae and Doris Day singing the 1950s Moonlight Bay. Join the sing-along girls and me as we sing Moonlight Bay. We were sailing along on Moonlight Bay. You could hear the voices singing. They seemed to say, you have stolen my heart. Now don't go away. As we sing a so sweet song on Moonlight Bay. But before we get back to our story, let's hear another commercial from the old radio days.
Hot dogs, Armour hot dogs. What kinds of kids eat Armour hot dogs? Even kids with chicken pox love hot dogs. Armour hot dogs. And our kids love to buy. You say that, you say a lot of things nobody else can say. When you say that, you've gone as far as you can go to get from there. When you say fuck, you said the word that means you like to do it all. When you say fuck, it means.
Now back to our radio play. It seems that everyone has a gun. Of course I don't, because you can't have one in Woodland Terrace. But anyway, here's Connie as she tells Morton,
Martin, let's go into the back bar and I'll buy you a drink.
Okay, it's pretty nice back here. Agnes must have a lot of money to afford this kind of layout. Does she have an office? And does she keep a safe in there?
Well, we used to. It's right through that back door. Why are you asking such a dumb question? Are you planning to rob the place or what?
Just a question. You know I like to know where the money is.
Hi, guys. Mind if little old Helen hangs around back here? I feel fine, and Betty can work the bar. I'll tell Heloise so she knows what's going on.
I hear you, Helen. I'll be fine with Betty. Let me know if you need relief.
I'll just wait on that table over in the corner. I think it's Tom and Ov. I haven't seen them in a long time. You two go ahead and amuse yourselves. Hey, but no hanky-panky.
Well, Helen, what do you say we take our drinks and go to Agnes's office where it's quiet?
That sounds pretty good to me. I need a little rest before it really gets crazy around here. You wouldn't take advantage of a beautiful young lady, would you?
I probably would. Let's walk into the office and have our drinks.
Morton and Helen walk into the back office carrying their drinks. They enter and Morton closes the door behind them. Helen is wary, but decides to carry on to see what might happen.
You are a beautiful girl, Helen. Can I ask you if you ever fool around? I do whenever I can. Is that the office safe over there in the corner? Is it open?
I do sometimes, Morton, but I can usually hold off until I've had a few drinks. And then I just let go. Oh, Agnes keeps the safe open until closing time. We move money in from the bar tills whenever we get a few $100s.
The plot thickens. Morton moves close to Helen and they embrace. Helen enjoys the embrace and Morton has evil deeds in mind. He walks behind Helen like he's going to set his drink down. When he gets behind Helen, he brings out his gun and strikes her on the back of the head. Audience, do not scream. Helen falls down, stunned. Morton pulls Helen to an office chair and places her in the chair. He uses an extension cord to tie up her wrists, and he notices that Helen is also carrying a gun. Well, she might get away with that at Glen Eyre, but not at Woodland Terrace. Meanwhile,
Well, it was good seeing you again, Tom and Ov. I'll see you later. Now, where did Martin get to? Eloise, have you seen Morton? Or for that matter, Helen?
Not recently, Connie. I think I saw them go back towards the office.
Connie walks back to the office. She tries to open the door, but it's locked. Connie walks to the front of the bar and finds Agnes.
Agnes, I've been looking for Helen and Morton. I went back to the office and the door's locked. I didn't hear anything inside. Did you lock the door?
Oh, something must be wrong. I never lock that door, and everyone knows that. I don't know about Morton, but Helen would never be gone without us knowing about it. Let's go see what's going on.
Agnes and Connie hurry back to the office. They try to open the door, but it's firmly locked. Agnes knocks.
Is anybody in here? Helen, are you in there? Morton, are you there?
Oh, no answer, boss. Hey, I can hear shuffling. Helen, come on out if you can. Morton, if you're in there, you better have your pants on and you better be alone.
From the other side of the room, Morton calls out.
Stay out. I'm coming out with Helen. I'm going to walk out with her. I've got a gun. We're going to walk out the back door to my car. I stashed it there earlier so I could get away fast. Don't try anything foolish. Helen could get shot again, and so could you.
The door opens. Morton comes out dragging Helen with her hands tied and her mouth taped.
Connie, stay away from me. You too, Agnes. Connie, I was supposed to come back here and kill you for the way you dumped the mill in Sedgwick, but I've grown kind of fond of you, and you've got such a cute bottom. I don't want to shoot you. Agnes, you're just in the way, so you stay out of my way. If I take her with me, I'll let Helen go when I get out the door, and I've got her gun.
Oh, okay, Morton. Just don't hurt Helen. If you noticed, she's got a pretty nice bottom, too. We'll stand back and let you leave with the money, but I want Helen to be set free when you get to that back door.
Morton, you dirty rat. I should have turned you over to the detective club 50 years ago when I had the chance. Here comes Heloise. She's chief bartender. She won't like one of her girls going out. Hey, no dating customers, you know.
What the devil is going on? Helen, why are you tied up and gagged? You know the Fair Labor Standards Act doesn't allow for that, even in a radio play.
He's kidnapping Helen, and he's running off with the bar's money. He has besmirched the good name of the sing-along bar. He's got a gun and bad breath. Let him go. I say goodbye and good riddance.
Just at that instant, Helen jerks free of Morton and falls to the floor. 4 gunshots ring out and police whistles blow. I said 4 gunshots.
Sorry.
You shot me in my whatchamacallit. You're not supposed to shoot someone in their whatchamacallit when they're running away. You got me. My horoscope told me to keep out of a sing-along bars. Yes, I'm thinking I'll see the light at the end of the tunnel. I think I'm going right past assistant living and all the way to memory unit. Send my remains to Woodland Terrace.
Don't talk to me, you dirty rat. Agnes, do I get compact pay? Do you still have that cute medic? I think his name was Dick.
Tom, are you all right? I heard all the shooting.
I was one of the shooters. I'm all right, but Connie just won her 4th Purple Martini Heart Medal. I think it's just a minor wound, but any more and she'll be perforated.
Agnes, did you get hit? I saw the gun in your hand.
I'm okay, Agnes, but I think Helen has turned the corner and is headed for the last roundup.
Helen, I see you're breathing heavily. Is the excitement around here too much, or what?
I'm afraid I got my second and final purple martini heart medal. I need to sit down. My contract may be up. Alice, you can have my extra apron and my hot pants. And Heloise, when you clean the bar, make sure our liquor license is on the wall. My stint at the sing-along bar is just about over. Farewell, everybody. Gasp, gasp, and finally, gasp.
I'm sorry, Helen. I'll wear your hot pants with pride, and your apron too. But do you still have your date book in that left pocket?
I'm still Rachel. Is it time for me yet? Hi, folks.
No, Rachel, that was 50 years ago. But the producer wants to see you after the show.
I think we'll close the bar early tonight. Good night, folks. See you in the next episode.
Well, let's close this show out with a song to honor the ladies of the cast. Follow the lyrics on the back of your playbill. Okay now, good night, ladies. Join me now for our finale. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. It's time to leave you now. Sleep tight, ladies. Sleep tight, ladies. Sleep tight, ladies. It's time to say goodbye. Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along o'er the deep blue sea.
That concludes our series of the Sing-Along Bar and the Detective Club. Stay tuned for whatever else may come up next. Ladies and gentlemen, the cast of Connie the Bartender.
Thank you.